Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Today, as I am standing here in the mountains of Darjeeling, it's impossible not to think about the giant obstacles we all face. But thousands of years ago, a shepherd boy faced a literal giant with nothing more than five smooth stones and proved that the biggest obstacles in life are rarely as unbeatable as they look. The most dangerous thing about a giant isn't its actual strength, it's the size. Giants are designed to intimidate. They stand right between where we are and where we want to be, whispering one constant message: you aren't strong enough to get past me. There is a timeless story from the book of First Samuel that reminds us how to deal with those shadows. Deep in the valley of Elah, two ancient armies stood locked in a tense standoff. Israel on one side, the Philistines on the other. For 40 consecutive days, a terror echoed through the canyon, a challenge no soldier dared to answer. Every morning and evening, the Philistine champion stepped forward, Goliath of Gath. Over 9 feet tall, covered in 100 pounds of bronze armor, he bellowed across the valley, "Choose a man for yourselves. If he can kill me, we will be your subjects. But if I defeat him, you will serve us." King Saul and his entire army were paralyzed by fear. Meanwhile, far from the battlefield in Bethlehem, a young shepherd boy named David was simply tending his father's sheep. Sent to the battlefront merely to drop off food for his older brothers, David arrived just as Goliath stepped forward to shout his usual defiance. Where the entire army saw a giant too big to fight, David saw a giant too big to miss. When David offered to face him, King Saul hesitated. "You are only a boy, and he has been a warrior from his youth." But David remembered who he was. He told Saul how he had previously fought off lions and bears while protecting his father's flock. "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." Saul tried to dress David in heavy brass armor, but David could hardly move. He took it off. He chose to keep it simple. Taking his wooden shepherd's staff, David picked up 5 smooth stones from a nearby stream, slipped them into his pouch, and walked down into the valley with only a sling in his hand. Goliath looked at the boy and scoffed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" David didn't flinch. His voice echoed across the canyon. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." As the giant advanced, David didn't retreat. He ran directly toward the battle line. Reaching into his bag, he pulled out a single stone, loaded his sling, and swung it with everything he had. The stone cut through the air and struck Goliath squarely on the forehead. The giant froze, reeled back, and